Hello, and welcome back to Hollow Knight with Brian. For today's episode, I think my immediate goal is going to be to re-explore the Forgotten Crossroads, now known as the Infected Crossroads. Now that I have a number of mobility upgrades, and just see if there are things that I have missed in this area in the past. I'd recorded a bit ahead, and now we're almost kind of caught back up, and so, wow, that exploding guy did a bunch of damage. I should be careful if I'm going to try to talk and play at the same time. I don't know that we've revisited the Temple of the Black Egg since this has become the Infected Crossroads, but there it is, and it does definitely seem like this is almost like the heart of the infection in terms of where all of this orange mist is coming from. So that is something that we will undoubtedly have to re-explore again in the future. In terms of real-life stuff, I have a friend... Oh, gosh, I just did it again. Okay, don't hit the guy who's going to explode. Instead, let him go running past and go exploding somewhere else. And instead, hit the bad guys that we can kill and get back our soul so that we can heal back up. So yeah, I've not played in a few days, and it probably shows. Yeah, I have a friend who lives in Texas on the coast, and I just... Oh, hello. There's these little... We saw these guys in one other place, too. I forget what they were called. But they were falling out of the ceiling here, like one-celled organisms. I have a friend who lives on the Texas coast, and I just made plans to go out and visit him next month, like a week ago. I don't need to fight you. And that room is just a dead end. Yeah, I'm just trying to poke around and see if there's any places that, like, now that I have a double jump, like, maybe I wasn't able to jump to before and things like that. You're going to explode. And, yeah, then, like, a day or two after I got my tickets is when Hurricane Harvey appeared. And the good news is, for my friend... his house is actually okay. And so... alright. I'm gonna die. I'm not good at talking and playing at the same time, especially if the thing that I'm talking about is not the game. Let's continue to try to go this way anyway, and hope that I can play a little bit better while I talk. And do storytelling. Yikes. Oh gosh. And... yeah, but I just like seeing some of the destruction. I mean, obviously, I live in Florida. Here's what we're going to do. We may or may not have seen this before, but basically, if you quit to the menu, it says progress will be saved. So any progress we've made is still saved, and it basically restores you to full health at the last bench that you sat at. And so we will be right here back in the Dirtmouth bench, but I will have all of my health back. And we'll try this again. And I'll try not to die to everything. But yeah, just seeing all the destruction from the storm, oh, look at that! Did you see that guy? There was like a little dude here, and he just went flying off. I actually know what that's about. I don't think we've ever seen him before. His name is Menderbug. And, like, when you break signs, like this one, like, let me go ascend this ladder and hop down there again. So if I come back down here, like, this crazy sign is all patched up and fixed, and I can break it, just like that. And apparently there's that guy whose name is Menderbug, and he is in charge of, like, fixing up these signs after you break them. And occasionally you will see him... and he's kind of like one of the rare super secret things in the game. And there is some kind of cool stuff if we manage to actually kill him and get him in our Hunter's Journal. And so I need to keep an eye out for Menderbug and see if I can get him in the Hunter's Journal. There's so many distractions when you're trying to play a game and tell a story. I don't understand. I know a number of other people who I watch do various Let's Plays are good and capable at the skill of telling a story while they're actually playing a game well. I do not yet have that skill, and I'm not sure if I will ever have that skill. But my goodness, this is difficult. Yeah, so in any case, it does appear that I still will be going to Texas next month. But yeah, I'm going to talk to my friend while we're there. Like, you know, we were planning to hang out and play games, but I'm going to see, like, maybe there are volunteer opportunities of things that we can do, because it seems like there will be local communities that are still recovering from various hardships in that area. And so perhaps we can do something useful while we are there, for what was otherwise going to be vacation time for me. And yeah, but if any people have family or friends in an area that was affected by the storm, I hope always that people are okay. And yeah, there's always places, just general, you know, long-term community organizations that you can make donations to or try to give time to, or different things, and it can be tough, especially just in the wake of a crisis or whatever. Like, things aren't always set up and ready, and there aren't always a lot of things that you can do immediately. Wow, it looks like that guy, it's possible that that was the dung defender. This guy, I hit him once, and then it looked like he took a second bit of damage, and I'm not sure if it was from the exploding guy who ran through him, or my dung defender sting cloud that ended up dealing the killing blow, but I think it might have been the enemy that just ran through him. And if it was, it almost looks like there's like an extra ceiling up here or something, but I don't see a way to get up there. Anything up there? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's possible for one enemy to injure another in that particular way, for this guy who runs through guys to hit other guys. And I know he could probably hit other guys with his explosion at the end, would be my guess. And actually, we can test that out. If I do, oops, okay. Well, I just killed the bug I was going to test it on. Darn it. These guys will probably respawn, actually. So let me hop over to the next screen. We can test this out. So far, I haven't found any new secrets. The exploding guy does not respawn. These little bugs respawn. But I was hoping to try to test the exploding guy running through one of those little bugs as a test of my hypothesis. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen today. Okay, up here there was a grub once upon a time, and we've already rescued them. And it doesn't look like there's any other things like hiding up in ceilings over here. And yeah, so we've kind of cut through this whole section. There's an area below us that actually, it also has a hot spring that's not too far away below us. And so we can run by there. Actually, I don't need to heal up. I'm doing okay. Good for me. But I do want to run and see if I can go, like, straight across over here. For another new bit. Okay, no, this is now blocked off by the infection, and previously, according to the map, there was a way through. So it looks like if I want to get to that way through, I have to come around the other side. So I'm going to try to make my way over there. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of got derailed telling my story, but I think I went through the essential bits, so I'll meet you guys on the other side, and we'll try to explore a new area. So basically over here, there's kind of a blank spot to the left of me on the map, and so I wonder if there's a way either to kind of get left through this wall or up through one of the walls below it to get in there. I can't remember. Okay. I successfully managed to avoid the explosion and make the explosion kill other bad guys. Hooray! Perhaps my play is starting to get a little bit better now that I took a moment to play off camera. I can't remember from my previous playthrough if there's actually anything over there, but it just looks like kind of an empty void space that is the type of place that there might be more hidden secrets on the map. So that's the place I'm trying to get to right now. And it also could be a thing that like changes after the crossroads become the infected crossroads. Ooh, I just heard a sparkly, so there's definitely some secret somewhere. Alright, I think I got it. I was checking a few of the walls here, and this one is a breakable wall. Here we go. Okay, so this appears to be some type of new secret area. Oh, and it looks like we're going to need our crystal super dash in order to get through. Oh boy, okay, and I'm holding onto the wall, and I need to react quickly in order to... I see, that's just a way back. Okay, great. In order to not fall on those spikes down there. And so what is up here? This should indeed be bringing me to, yeah, the void space that I saw on the map. And so what do we have up here? Some of these guys were not too bad. They will shoot at me, but I can handle that. Oh, and apparently we've killed enough of them to get something in the Hunter's Journal, or is that the first time? Aspid Hunter. Yes, I've killed enough of them. Don't give them any space. Just charge in and cut them down. You'll find they're not so cunning once they're dead. Alright. So yeah, those guys just like give birth to like 2 little baby flying things that go and fly and try to attract you. And we've heard this once before, but I hear kind of a heartbeat sound in the background now. That was kind of like a heartbeat of the infection that we saw once before. And yeah, kind of like these orange bulbs are just kind of pulsating and whatnot. Oh! And now we're in some kind of arena combat. The music has changed and I'm locked in. So presumably more and more monsters are going to spawn till I finish off all of the combat I need to do in this area to get unlocked. Ouch. Okay, don't fall on the spikes. That's a tip. How to not lose at Hollow Knight. Don't fall on the spikes. Ouch. Okay, also don't run out of health. So let's heal. Let's just hope guys don't shoot at me. Okay, they shot at me. Let's kill another 1 or 2 of them if I can. Ouch. Let's heal again. And now jump. Ah, darn it. Couldn't dodge in time. Heal again. Alright, now I'm going to dodge. I'm going to concentrate rather than try to commentate. I can definitely heal here from... Nope, I don't have any soul left, so I can't heal anymore. Can I hit you guys from down here? No. I've also forgotten that I have like a supercharge attack that I should be using occasionally. That could be great. And it looks like this might be the last bad guy because I don't see any more guys spawning. So let's try to use that to our advantage. And, oh, nope, there's more guys spawning. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong and it's horrible. Ouch, 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 ouch. Alright, heal. No, and we're dead. Alright, well, we did find a new area, but the fact that I haven't played in like a week is definitely showing. I'll meet you guys back over there, and we will try to get our soul back, get our money back, and conquer that little arena fight. Re-entering this new room that we had just explored, I'm actually extremely confident that I'm capable of playing better. I just need to actually successfully execute on what I know that I'm able to do. And so, that's what I'm going to try to do this time. In this early room, it would be good for me to just try to kind of top off my soul. So we'll kill a few extra guys, so I have some extra healing power kind of like in store and ready to go. I should take advantage of my supercharged attack that I can use when useful or necessary, and then I hear my shade. So let's try to deal with him if we can before I get into the arena battle. I'm not sure that it's possible for me to kind of get him to see me. Oh, it is. Before the arena battle starts. There we go. Alright, so that's all dealt with. Most of my soul is filled up. And so, yeah, I have confidence that I can do this if I just play better. And so we are going to play better. It's going to be that simple. I'm going to use my charged shots. Oops. Alright. I think the terrain is likely to be one of the biggest challenges. Because there are a lot of places that I can use the terrain to my advantage, such as right here, as I was just doing. The key is to not fall on the spikes and to not use the threat of falling on the spikes to cause me to do foolish things that are really going to cause me harm. But I can hang on the walls, and the number of projectiles that these guys are shooting is not high. And so if I just... Oh, and you can actually parry those! I did not realize that. I just used my sword and blocked one of the shots a moment ago. And I was not even aware that that was the thing that you could do. Versus these types of projectiles. See, look at that. Isn't that a smart thing to do? Kill like 5 guys at once with a charged shot. Just like that. Won the battle. Yeah, so I knew I was capable of doing it if I just spent a little bit more time concentrating on it. And I think I'm a little bit more dialed into playing after playing for a few minutes now. What do we have here? Inspect. Glowing womb. And here is a crazy thing. If I hit it with the dream nail, it says breed. And that appears to be the only interaction that I can do over here. Alright, glowing womb is a new charm. drains the soul of its bearer and uses it to birth hatchlings. The hatchlings have no desire to eat or live, will sacrifice themselves to protect the parent. At some point, there are a number of charms that I have that I don't think I've actually used in this playthrough, and at some point I actually just need to like take a few minutes to show off some of the different charms that I haven't used. I do think that there are a number of charms in this game that are not particularly useful in most situations, although they're occasionally helpful. But that is one that's actually kind of interesting to show off. I do want to go further over to the left over here and see if there are any other things back over in this corner. Oops, ouch, alright. That I've missed in the past. But then we'll go back to a bench and we can try out at least a couple new charms that we haven't played with before. So you may recall that this is the area where we fought False Knight, I think was his name. He was one of the first bosses that we ever fought. And I can't remember if we've come back up here before or not. You can hear a sound, and you can see a broken wall. And so if I check out what's over here... My dung defender thing just killed this guy off. He is scared. If we check out the hunter's notes on the guy that I just killed... Maggot, weakest member of the kingdom. Generally looked down upon and forced to do menial labor. And if I kill this one... Consisting mainly of sweet fat, these helpless creatures make excellent provisions for long journeys, best roasted over an open flame. If they try to bargain for their life, just ignore them. They have nothing to offer. And so you may recall that False Knight was basically a maggot in giant armor. And it turns out that like his corpse is here dreaming, and we can use the dream nail and fight him in a dream state. And he's another one of these kind of like in his dreams, he imagines him to be this super powerful guy, who I think his name is Failed Champion. And in my opinion is one of the toughest bosses in the game. Recall that when you're fighting various bosses in the dream world, as opposed to kind of the normal world, there's very little penalty for losing, and so I'm going to run in here just to show off this boss, but I am almost certainly going to lose to him. Veiled Champion. So there he is. Here's some of the various attacks that he does. Ouch. And yeah, he hits for a ton of damage. He has a huge range of his melee attack. And basically I'm almost dead already. Yep, there we go. So that's Failed Champion. When you die in the dream state, you don't, break your soul container and turn back into a shade and stuff like that. You just kind of wake back up over here. I'm not ready for this boss yet. I'm not sure if I'll ever be ready for that boss. That's a very tough boss to beat, in my opinion. But that is another thing over here in the Forgotten Crossroads that we hadn't gone back to and rediscovered. I see some more Geo over here. And actually, speaking of Geo, just while walking around today and fighting various bad guys, I've accumulated enough Geo that I think we can go and buy the final mask fragment that Sly was selling in the shop. And since I think the rest of this area is probably just going to be a dead end, I don't think there's anything else in here. Let's see, that's a chest that we opened long ago. And this is the other side of the path that's now blocked. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else, oops, that we need to explore here in the center of the map. So once again, in order to get back more quickly, I am just going to quit to the menu, which will bring us back to the bench in Dirtmouth, or more generally bring us back to the most recent save game spot. But we'll still keep all of the money that we have accumulated. And while we're here in town, we can go talk to Sly and buy another mass fragment, and that will be tremendously helpful. Yeah, and once again, there's like this dark thing here. There's this weird graphical glitch that sometimes the insides of the shops go shark. Go shark. Go dark. My commentary is jumping the shark. Alright, final mass fragment that he is selling for 1,500. Kazam. And I think, yes, that is mass fragment number 4. And so that's going to bring our maximum health up from 7 up to 8, which is terrific. And yeah, there's still more things we could buy. Actually, I can buy Heavy Blow, and I want to accumulate more charms so that I can buy more charm notches from Salubra. And so since I enjoy spending money, I will go ahead and grab that. It's another one of the charms that I don't think is particularly useful, and so I don't expect to use it all that much. Hey, look who's here. Bretta is out on the bench. And let's go ahead and swap out some charms. Let's take off this and this and this and this. Let's just take off everything and try out a few that we haven't used before, such as Heavy Blow, which basically causes more knockback. We'll try out Glowing Womb, which is the thing that causes me to birth hatchlings. And let's try out Quick Focus. Won't be useful because this one's going to suck up all my soul, I think. Do I have anything else that doesn't use soul? Have I shown off Lifeblood Heart? I think I have, maybe. But I'll go ahead and throw that one on as well. Just to demonstrate. Britta's blushing. That I have 2 extra Lifeblood Hearts up at the top of the screen. And so that's what the Lifeblood Heart does. I accidentally walked into Cornifer and Zelda's shop. But they are sold out. So there's nothing for me to buy over here. But let's show what happens when I have some soul that can be birthed into little hatchlings. Let's continue to break the sign in case Menderbug shows back up too. Alright, so you see there's a little guy flying up next to me, and he goes flying at enemies and dealing damage to them as just like a little suicide thing that he does. And so I've got 2 of them right now. I don't know if there's like a maximum number, but they just go colliding and suiciding into various bad guys, and just kind of follow you around doing that. And I suppose whenever you have soul, like your soul power kind of like immediately gets used up into kind of birthing more of those little guys. And so if I hit some guys with my nail over here, I'll gain some more soul, which causes me to gain more little suicide bombers flying around me. Yeah, and so it's one of the ones that can be useful. Basically, if you're just traveling around areas you've already been to, and like a room like this is actually a great example of it, and just fighting some mostly easy bad guys, and trying to like gain some money, this can be useful because it's basically like you just have like a homing weapon force field that's always traveling around you, trying to kill bad guys and help you collect Geo. I don't have the Gathering Swarm on, and so the Geo is not actually coming to me automatically, so I'd actually have to go and pick it up. But that shows off what that particular charm does. Yeah, and now I've got like 4 of those guys. And so, yeah, the more soul that you get, I guess the more of these little baby dudes you can have at once, going around to help you out. So that's what that charm does that we just earned. And I don't remember also if we showed off the Hallownest charm. So let's show off that one. Let's take off these. Grub Song, Gather Soul when taking damage is kind of self-descriptive. Hallownest I definitely want to try out. And so let's just show off that one really quickly. And actually Quick Focus would be good to show off as well. And so let me put that one on as well. And we'll take this moment to just show off what some of these charms do. Since I just sat on a bench, all the monsters will respawn, including difficult monsters, such as the Vengefly over here. And yeah, let's just go ahead and take some damage so we can show off Quick Focus. I guess I can just let this guy hit me. And so watch how quickly I can heal now that I have Quick Focus on. Oops, that is not the healing button. It's, I would guess, like, it's not twice as fast, but it's probably like 1.5 times faster or something. Hallownest does something like this. Oh, I need some soul before I can use Hallownest. Hold on. And then let's go find a guy to shoot at. Here we go. Oh, wow! It does something different when you also have the Dung Defender charm on, because, okay, this is worthy of explanation. Let me take off the Dung Defender's crest, and we'll show what Hallownest does then, and then I'm going to put it on, and I'm pretty certain that I just witnessed it doing a different thing. And so some charms interact with one another, and this appears to be one of those examples. I'm going to take off the Defender's crest, and we will go watch what Hallownest does, and then I'll put it back on and we'll watch what Hallownest does, and we'll be able to see the differences. This is not going to be a particular episode where we make a ton of progress, I expect. But that's okay. We found a new thing already here in the Forgotten Crossroads, and now we're testing out some various game mechanics. Okay, so here is Hallownest without Defender's Crest. It shoots out a little bit of baby fish that kind of jump around and do a tiny amount of damage to various monsters that they can hit. Can I hit this guy over here? I ran out of soul power to actually shoot it once more. And so Hallownest by itself seems like a particularly underwhelming, I don't know, power for a charm to have. However, if I can gather a little bit of soul here, there we go. Failed to gather the money there, but that's okay. If I now that I've got my soul charged up, fire Hallownest at this guy a few times, I think... Let me try firing it from here. Yeah, you see the little baby flukes? It looks like they're hitting him. It doesn't seem like they hit him for much damage. Alright, and then he just exploded in my face. So that's no good. So in any case, it seems like there's all these little fishes that come flying out, and they bounce around, and they maybe do a little bit of damage to enemies. But it appears that if that is combined with the Defender Crest, then in addition to the little fish doing their usual damage, it seems like they are kind of exploding out into a puff of stink that damages enemies just like my normal Defender's Crest stink damages enemies. And the combination of those things seems like it's dealing a whole lot more damage to the enemies. And so in order to try that out, let me gather up some soul once again. And let's go trying shooting it over here, and now let's watch very carefully. It's one giant fish that then explodes into a giant field of stink. That's what I'm witnessing. Okay. So that is pretty cool as kind of a charm combo. And it still seems like the stink field itself isn't dealing all that much damage. But that still makes it definitely more powerful than it was just kind of on its own. Because yeah, that could kill some guys. That killed that little dude after it managed to hit him twice with the giant stink field. And that might even be useful in certain arena challenges or boss battles or different things, I can imagine. So yeah, I don't know that I'd ever tried out that combination of charms before. And there are definitely a few combinations of charms that work well together. In any case, I'm going to go back to kind of more typical usual build that I like to use. And at this point, I think we have already done most of the exploration of the Forgotten Crossroads. So I'm going to head over to Greenpath because there are still some places in Greenpath that we haven't finished exploring. And so I'll meet you guys over there. I'm starting at the Stag Station over here on the left of Greenpath. And over on the very far left, kind of past where we had first fought Hornet, I believe, is the Lake of Un. And as I recall, I think maybe we met Quirrell out there and had a conversation with him and fought some guy. But it was kind of a nondescript end to an area that actually has a name on the map. And so we're going to travel back there because I think there actually is more there to explore. Yes, this is the area where we fought Hornet. And this is actually a room that it looks like could potentially have something hidden up in the ceiling over here. But I guess there's not. We have the ability to swim in acid, so I don't need to worry about falling in little puddles like that. But over here is the Lake of Un, or the Lake of Un. I'm not sure how you pronounce this name. And there was some kind of room or door. Apparently I just killed something. What did I just kill? Hunter's log. Oh, maskfly! These little tiny birds. Yeah, there must have been some on the ground and I just crashed through them. Right, there's a bench in here, but I don't know if there was anything else in here. There's this crazy, snail-looking statue thing in the background. And then previously, I didn't have the ability to swim in acid, and so I couldn't actually go over here. There's an enemy that we don't often see, and that's probably my first time killing one of those enemies. that I can kill. And now that I can swim in acid, I can get over here, and there's actually a secret room. And so let's go explore this secret in greenpath. This is one of the reasons that I wanted to gather a number of the mobility upgrades earlier in the game, is there are just so many places that if you don't keep track of a pen and paper and say, it looks like there might be something over here, but until I had a double jump, or until I could swim in acid, or until, you know, I could climb walls, I wouldn't be able to get to that area. You can like try to like keep a pen and paper and keep track of all of those paths, but during a second playthrough of the game, I find that it seems just a whole lot more efficient, and it seemed like it would be, I don't know, less backtracking, boring, time-consuming in a Let's Play to, with foreknowledge of where various power-ups were going to be, just go ahead and try to get some of the power-ups up front so there'd be less backtracking to do in the future. Alright, but this leaves us down to a giant acid lake with a giant snail who spits out Shape of Un, and then disappears. So basically he gives us a gift and doesn't say a word. And this one's kind of interesting. Reveals the form of Un within the bearer. When focusing soul, the bearer will take on a new shape and can move freely to avoid enemies. So basically it's another charm that gives us the ability to move while we are healing. Typically you have to stand still while you're holding down the focus button in order to try to regain any health, which can make you very vulnerable during arena battles or boss battles. But with the Shape of Un equipped, we'll actually be able to move while we are in the midst of healing, and that is a charm that can actually be useful. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. So long as we're taking advantage of this, let's take full advantage of this. I'm kind of at a dead end over here. I don't mind going back to the previous bench, which was in the Stag Station in Greenpath. And so let's just teleport back there by saving the game. And then we'll be at a bench, and I can actually put on this new charm, and we can show off what it does. Oh, I forgot that it was this bench, so I actually... Alright. That's the trade-off of sitting at benches when you're planning to save the game and restore, as you might end up somewhere you didn't expect to be. Let's take off the Thorns of Agony as well. So I'll put these two on, and in a moment we'll be able to see, after I gather some soul and need to heal, what it's like to heal and move at the same time. And there's nothing really in this room, and so we can just dash across it until we get somewhere interesting. I don't remember if there's enemies here or not. I need to find some enemies to kill so that I can replenish my soul. And also I need to check out, I guess there's somewhere up and to the right on the map that it appears that I haven't gone in Greenpath. And so let's head up in that direction in order to explore somewhere new and get more of the map filled out. Here's an enemy. Alright, getting a little bit of soul, and I know there's some bad guys over here, I think. Alright, I thought there was a bad guy there. I was thinking there were the big guys with the shields. This guy. You were the guy I was thinking of. Right, I kind of remember how you work now. And there's one more of these guys over here, and actually a bunch of Geo over here. I think possibly we had been here before, but it was back when our nail had not been upgraded, and it took many hits to kill these guys. And I also didn't have as much health, and so I was in much more danger of dying while fighting these guys. Oops, alright, I'm still in danger of dying when I'm fighting these guys because I'm playing so poorly. Alright, but now we have a chance to show off the Shape of Un, and so I'm going to heal and move at the same time. Watch what happens. You turn into a little slug, and you can scurry along the ground while you're healing. It's not super incredibly useful, but it is better than nothing, and if you're in like a boss battle where you just need to dodge some projectiles while you're healing, that can actually be an effective charm to be wearing. And yeah, I don't know. There's a few things in this game. There's the snail shamans who teach you various spells. And then there's Un, who also seems to be like a big snail or something and transforms you into snail form in order to be able to heal and fight at the same time or something. And so in a world full of bugs and insects, I'm not exactly sure if and how and why a snail form kind of like plays into things. Because snails, like, they're not insects, right? But nevertheless, that's the world that we're in. That's how this game works. And yeah. And just as a reminder, because I haven't used it all day, there is the normal Vengeful Spirit spell, which we learned from an early spell shaman, which is the thing that gets replaced with Hallownest, shooting the flukes, if you're wearing that other charm. Alright, so where am I on the map? It looks like I've never gone to the right up here. And so that is where we'll go next, and we will be exploring somewhere new. Which was really the goal of today's episode, but it's kind of been all over the map. All over the map. Now we're getting more all over the map, literally, as opposed to figuratively. Okay, spikes below us. Let's not fall on those. This is a room I haven't been in before. I happen to know that oh, wow! Is a stalactite that hasn't fallen. I did not realize you could hit them when they're still stuck in the ceiling and, like, deflect them like that. That's really cool. Yeah, this game has a lot of, like, physics and interactions. There are lots of attacks and projectiles that you can parry with your sword, and I wasn't aware that you could interact with falling stalactites before they actually fell, like just happened there. Yeah, this is a game that there's tons of attention to detail and many interesting physics and interactions. I would say, I don't have a good sense of like percentage or something, but there are lots of things that an average player would not find in an average playthrough. Okay, we just opened a chest, and there was only one coin that popped out of it, which is rather unusual, so you might go looking for the other coins and end up here. Alright. We fought these guys before. If you get up close, they close up in their shell. So the only way to hit them is at range, using Vengeful Spirit. So we need to fight them at range with Vengeful Spirit. Aha! Alright, I killed one of them, and now things should be easier. This guy occasionally shoots out these little rolly ball guys. And so if he would kindly do so, I could hit one in order to get more soul. There we go. And now I can shoot you from range. Get some more soul from this guy. Shoot you at range. Rinse and repeat. Alright, and this is actually an area that we could have come to very early in the game, which is why these little enemies, this little arena boss battle, is particularly easy to get through. I don't have a map for this area. We're apparently in a different named area. We're outside of Greenpath, and we're also outside of the Forgotten Crossroads, and into an area where I do not have a map, which is interesting. And over here, what are we going to find? It is another charm. It is the Balder Shell. And so just like those guys I was just fighting, once you get up close and try to melee them, they kind of like hide in their shell, which protects them. Balder Shell protects its bearer with a hard shell while focusing soul. The shell is not indestructible and will shatter if it absorbs too much damage. It's another one that can be useful when trying to heal during a boss battle. I will try to demonstrate it once I get back to a bench. But basically, it gives you the ability while you're healing, if something tries to hit you or hurt you while you're healing, rather than just losing the ability to heal and taking damage, the shell absorbs the damage. Ooh, I just heard a grub. I see the grub down below. Basically, it prevents you from taking the damage. It still kind of like interrupts the healing process, and so you kind of lose the ability to heal, but you don't get double penalized for taking damage as well. Oh, there was a stalactite that fell on my head as I just saved that grub. Are there any other stalactites over here? There are. Alright, so they were effectively... Is this just a way to get back down? I guess it is. Okay. So that way just circled around. I don't have a map for this area, so looking at the map is not going to help me. So we managed to rescue a grub, and was there something over the top left of this area somewhere that I hadn't gone? I don't recall. It doesn't actually look like it. Alright, so that might have been... It's weird that that's a different area from Greenpath. If I go back over here, am I back in Greenpath, according to the map? Yes. So, yeah, there's got to be more to what's going on over in that area. But it isn't clear how to explore what more is over there. at the moment. So where do I want to head next? Near the bottom of this area, there's an exit into Fog Canyon, and there's something that goes to the left, and I'm not sure that I've tried going to the left. So let's head down there next. In the spirit of deflecting and parrying projectiles in this game, I just realized these guys who shoot at you, you can reflect their projectiles back up into them in order to kill them. I think they were called the Golka. I don't think I ever realized that before, and that's actually one of the easiest ways to defeat that particular creature. I'm right over here. Here he is again. Boom. Boom. That's quite satisfying. Hooray. I'm right over here next to... Oh, this is great. This is my new favorite thing. That's so much fun. I'm right over here next to where we haven't gone before. There's an exit over here to the left. And that might have been before I even like had the dash move and had fought Hornet that I couldn't reach up in order to get here. Yeah, but it's just not on the map, and so this is a portion of Greenpath that we've never visited before. Oops. All right. And I'm doing poorly at fighting my new favorite guy. Oh, hello. Let's charge up. Big shot, maybe? Oh, okay. All right, how much damage is this guy doing to me? It looks like only one. I did manage to hit him there as he jumped over me. Oh, all right. And obviously that was an easier boss. Now that I've got 2 nail upgrades. Oh, can I hit these guys? Aw. Now that I've got 2 nail upgrades and a great slash, he did not take many hits to kill. I am curious if I take a look in the Hunter's Journal to see what it describes that guy as. Not the Moss Creep. Golka are the guys I enjoy deflecting their shots. Massive Moss Charger was the boss we just fought. Strength in numbers, but these creatures never had much strength to begin with. Cut through their trickery. Indeed. These are the guys who just cover themselves in a whole bunch of moss so that they look big, but after you knock kind of like all the mossy leaves off, they're just like the little crawling bugs. Alright, well that was kind of cool. Darn it. I'm trying to see if I can charge my shot and then with the Great Slash have enough range to hit this guy, and apparently no. And so I'm not going to worry about those Golkas shooting at me from on the ceiling right now. And instead I will try to heal up some and see what else is over here. We've got some of these little mossy guys. We've got some more Geo. The Geo is definitely a good thing. And I don't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure there are yet still some things that I can buy from Saluber's Charm Shop. And so that might be some of the next things that I go to buy. Oh, this is nice. I can fill up on some soul and heal back up. And I'm off the map. It doesn't look like there's necessarily anything hidden on the ceiling over here. So let's keep going this way. But it might be the case that we have to continue exploring more of what is to be found in Greenpath in a future episode, because this place seems to keep going on and on. Is there something up here? There is. Aha, looked like there was a little hole. Alright, so let's use my powers of deflection. That's a little bit harder to get at. Ouch. Can I just hit this guy if I sneak up in time? I guess there's just a bunch of Geo up here, so it doesn't make a big deal. Can I hit you with the Great Slash? Like, even if you're... Nope, if he's hiding in the wall, I can't do that. I guess I could stand up here and deflect it. Here we go. There we go. Hooray! I tried to just avoid this monster in my previous playthrough, because I never really had any good strategies for defeating them. But now I do, and so I'm glad that, yeah, much like the secrets in this game, this game keeps on giving, and so I think despite the fact that, you know, you're going to know where a lot of things are, and you're going to have experience on how to fight bosses and how to fight various monsters, there's enough to learn in playing this game that it still has a lot of replay value, in my opinion. And so I'm glad that I'm continuing to enjoy that. I can safely go in the acid here. I don't even remember if we killed one of you before, because without being able to swim in the acid, it would have been hard to fight you before. Oh, there's a Golka over here. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Let's focus on the bad guy first. Oh, and there's Geo up here. A lot of it. Give me all the geos. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, if I stand here, you're not going to shoot at me. If I stand here, I don't think I'll be able to deflect shots at you. And if I stand here, haha, okay, managed to get him. Not quite sure exactly how I hit him there, but I'll take it. And you are also a new monster. So let's check the hunter's notes. Oops, wrong button. There's Durandu and Duranda. Durandu found wading in shallow pools of acidic waters. Alright, great. And, that was the little flying, drifting creature that we defeated over at the Lake of Un. Alright, so we're managing to get a whole bunch more creatures in our bestiary, as it were, the Hunter's Notebook, to learn about all the various beasts that we encounter in this game. And we're going further and further off the map. I'm curious, okay, there's definitely a chest over there. I don't remember. So I could do that if I didn't have the ability to swim in acid, but since I can just swim in acid, I'll just swim across that way. Don't remember if there's going to be any other benches coming up anywhere nearby. Geo, hooray! But even if not... Oh, there's a grub. Alright, let's try to save the grub, and then we might call it an episode there. I will take advantage of my acid swimming. So yes, typically it would be the case that since this is greenpath, and it's like the second or third area that you would typically encounter, it would be more difficult in terms of parkour and whatnot in order to be able to get to that grub. But since I can swim in acid and since I have a double jump, it ends up being very easy. So that's a little bit of the trade-offs that you make. Perhaps takes a little bit of the joy and fun out of trying to traverse an area like this. And feel good about your skills when you successfully manage to rescue a grub. But it means that I won't have to explore this area and then come back again later. Oh, hey, look at this. I did not remember this was here. It's a soul vessel fragment. If we get 2 more of those, we'll be able to store and harness even more soul at a time, which is great. And that's just kind of like a shortcut back for getting back over here. Very nice. Is there anything else up here? It looks like there could be even more above us in the roof. I guess not. Alright, I think that's probably a good place to go ahead and call the episode here. Yeah, because this is going to be a dead end. I can't traverse through this way anyway. There is something to read. Though once our lands, a pale being lays claim to the caverns ahead. It may appear benevolent, but it does not share our dream. Be wary to wander that place. That might be something that we have to come back to in the future as well. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and call the episode there. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon for more Hollow Knight, where we continue to explore, re-explore more areas of the map that we've been to, and fill out some areas of the map so that we can feel like we've completed the first few areas before we move on to deeper areas in this game. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.